Did you know that in Japan you can rent a wife, a husband, a girlfriend, or even marry a robot? But that's not all, as some dolls equipped with artificial intelligence are considered attractive. Japanese behavior is quite different from anything you might have encountered, featuring unique curiosities that you'll only find in Japan. Japan has the highest life expectancy in the world, according to the World Health Organization. This achievement isn't just due to healthy eating, but also to the education and culture passed down through generations. A key factor that elevated Japan to this level was the anti-infant mortality policies implemented in the 1950s and 1960s, which drastically reduced child mortality rates. Thanks to these efforts, the government introduced further measures to reduce adult mortality, including a law that requires people aged 40 to 75 to have their waist circumference measured by a health specialist. If someone exceeds the standard circumference, they are advised to increase their physical activity. This law isn't limited to ordinary citizens. Companies are also responsible for helping their employees maintain a healthier lifestyle. Eating healthy is deeply embedded in Japanese culture, with a diet rich in nutritious dishes and cooked foods. Teas, known for their medicinal properties, are a staple in the Japanese diet and are believed to help rejuvenate the body through the consumption of green teas. Today, a baby born in Japan can expect to live up to 87 years if female and 81 if male. However, the Japanese government faces another challenge: demographic imbalance. Currently, 29% of the population is over 65, and studies suggest that by 2060, this will increase to 40%. In Japan, you can buy or rent almost anything, including a spouse, a girlfriend, or a robot. Despite how surprising it may seem, many Japanese companies offer these services to cater to lonely individuals. This is because many people in Japan struggle with social relationships, and this is frowned upon by others. Single mothers are often the most judged by society. Thus, renting someone to pose as your husband at a school meeting, bringing a fake girlfriend to your company's party, and many other scenarios like these happen daily in Japan. There are some rules to follow if you want to rent a girlfriend, wife, or husband, one of which is to avoid intimate relations with the person as it's a fair and lawful business. However, the market that is growing increasingly in Japan is that of sex dolls, with more people interested in acquiring an artificial girlfriend or wife, which are also evolving with artificial intelligence. Some even marry these dolls.
誰ですか?
She is my wife.
Your wife.
According to a psychologist from Tokyo, someone who uses a robot for many months may have difficulties forming intimate relationships with other people and may substitute the allure of a natural beauty. The prices vary according to the buyer's preferences, and you can find dolls starting from $1,000. Japan is known for its advancements in robotic technology and has developed numerous robots for industrial and assistive tasks to more advanced applications in human interaction, recognizing people, and even engaging in conversation with latex skin and simulated emotions. What do you think about these issues? Write it in the comments. In Japan, it's common for people to use chopsticks, properly called hashi, with many etiquette rules surrounding their use. For example, they should not be used to spear food, as this is considered rude and is only done with a bowl of rice during ceremonies dedicated to honoring the dead. If you don't want to dishonor your deceased loved ones, learn to use chopsticks correctly. The behavior of the Japanese is a fundamental rule that every Japanese respects, whether at home or on the street. Removing shoes before entering a place is part of the Japanese culture to avoid bringing in negative energies and germs accumulated along the way. Just take a walk through the streets to see how people behave, and believe me, the customs in Japan include respecting cues, waiting for the pedestrian signal at traffic lights, and paying attention to rules. Smoking in the streets is prohibited, and you will never see a Japanese smoking on the street. For smokers, there are designated smoking areas. Walking hand in hand on the street is still not well regarded by society, as it involves an intimate couple's behavior. There are so many things different from our culture that it's almost impossible to go to Japan and respect them all. Japan ranks among the top 10 countries with the lowest rates of crime and violence in the world. In Japan, people often forget wallets, documents, and objects in park benches and almost always manage to return and recover their lost items. The Japanese do not pick up forgotten items from others. They leave them where they are for the owners to return and collect them or take them to the police. This is so true that a report published by the Tokyo Police in 2018 showed that 545,000 identity documents and 40,000 wallets were returned. These data show Japanese behaviors that help keep the country among the safest in the world to live. Bicycles are parked without chains, homes without gates or electric fences, children walk to school alone, and the elderly leave the bank counting money calmly. Many believe that the Japanese return lost items because they follow the country's law, and there is a law that states that anyone who finds a lost item must return it to the police within 7 days. Silence is important. The Japanese are very quiet when passing by bars and houses. You barely hear noises of conversations or television as you walk through non-commercial neighborhoods, giving the impression that it is a holiday every day. In public places and the metro, it is forbidden to talk on cell phones. This is because people tend to sleep in the metro, read books, and rest while returning home or to work. Asians are known for sleeping anywhere, especially in the metro. Silence is necessary so as not to disturb others. People only speak in a very low tone. An interesting thing about the Japanese is that they do not use their cell phones while walking. You will hardly see someone on the street walking and using their cell phone at the same time. The Japanese are eternal children. Most things in Japan seem to be aimed at children, but they are actually for adults. The fixation on anime, the way of speaking and behaving, also known as kawaii, is an important part of Japanese culture and has influenced other countries over time. Many young people also seek their self-esteem by dressing up as anime characters and expressing their emotions. Many couples dress alike, and this is considered interesting and attractive. Kawaii became popular because of the need for teenagers to feel loved. So kawaii is associated with tenderness, shyness, childhood, delicacy, and the pursuit of an extra breath of youth. Dressing as you want is one of the most important things among young people. In Japan, the rental services extend beyond just partners to a unique array of offerings that can include renting family members, friends, and even specific types such as rental fatties. This diverse rental culture caters to the varied social needs and pressures within Japanese society, highlighting a deep-seated issue with loneliness and the stigmatization of certain life situations. Rental services for emotional support. Japan's rental services, which initially started with more conventional assets like cars and apartments, have expanded to include human interaction. Companies now offer services where you can rent individuals to stand in as relatives, friends, or colleagues. These services are often utilized to fill social roles during weddings, funerals, and other social gatherings where appearances are valued. Renting partners. The concept of renting a girlfriend, boyfriend, or spouse has become increasingly mainstream in Japanese society. This service caters to people who need a partner for a social event or want the experience of a relationship without the long-term commitments. These rented partners can accompany clients to meetings, social gatherings, or just provide companionship for a few hours. The primary rule in these arrangements is the prohibition of physical intimacy, emphasizing the service's nature as purely for companionship or appearances. Rental fatties service. One of the more unique rental services in Japan is the rental fatties service. This service allows people to hire overweight individuals to join them in activities like eating out. The idea behind this service is to help people who are conscious about their eating habits feel more comfortable about eating larger quantities or more indulgent foods in the presence of someone larger than themselves. It's a reflection of the complex attitudes towards body image and eating in Japan, where there is significant social pressure to maintain a slim physique. Psychological implications. These services, while providing a solution to immediate social needs, also raise questions about the psychological impact on both the renters and the rented. Experts suggest that while such services may alleviate feelings of loneliness temporarily, They could also prevent individuals from forming genuine relationships and addressing the root causes of their loneliness. Furthermore, for those who work as rented individuals, the emotional labor involved can be significant, leading to its own set of psychological stresses. Societal reflection. The popularity of these rental services can be seen as a reflection of larger societal issues in Japan, such as intense work schedules, the stigmatization of single individuals, especially single mothers and the elderly, and the persistent social pressures to conform to traditional family structures and roles. These services offer a way for individuals to navigate societal expectations without enduring the complexities and commitments typically associated with them. This phenomenon of renting human interactions is unique and speaks volumes about the modern social fabric of Japan, illustrating a society that is simultaneously technologically advanced and deeply traditional, grappling with contemporary challenges of urban isolation and societal conformity. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for support the channel. If you like the video, give it a like and share with your friends.